And we are back, and boy, have we got a match for you. These two players,
Oh
man.
boy.
One of them, SpeCial, just made it out of a TVP. Now gonna have to play another one. PartinG, he's prepared. He's fresh. He's ready. If I were to quote PartinG from his interview, offline SpeCial has perverted builds, so he's got something planned.
PartinG definitely he has some kind of image of SpeCial, to say the least. um but yeah, both of these players, if you've been watching, if you've been multi-twitching, you've seen them play already. PartinG, he went up against Dark. SpeCial went up against Stats. And yeah, I think, do we want to talk a little bit about that? We caught the end of SpeCial versus Stats.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that we didn't get to see the game one, which is the game that SpeCial did take a map off of Stats. But I think it's safe to assume that SpeCial, he knows TVP. Like, even in that final game, that game 3, I think, it was a bit of a mistiming, but other than that, SpeCial did execute his build, his push, pretty well.
I mean, even though we didn't really get to see the first game, if SpeCial can, take a match off of Stats, like, he can definitely do the same versus PartinG. In saying that, though, PartinG is a very different
I would, that is something to factor in, and here's the thing, I would have agreed, maybe a couple of months ago, or a month ago, I would have said, you know what, if SpeCial can take a map off of Stats, that's 2-0. He's already beaten PartinG. But if we'll look at the results of today, PartinG just 2-0'd Dark, the world champion, the favorite, I think, going into IEM Katowice.
Mate, if we can talk about PartinG for a little bit, like, there's a lot of hype surrounding PartinG. He's one of these players who has come back from the military, and he's done what everyone wants these players that come back to do. He's actually back in form. He's competing against the very best players, and he's coming back, and that's amazing to see.
It absolutely is. It was a bit of a dark time, I think, in StarCraft 2, that period where PartinG wasn't in, where PartinG wasn't giving his interviews, where PartinG wasn't giving his victory ceremonies. But now,
there was a long period of time where PartinG had basically left the StarCraft scene. He was gone for quite a number of years, but now he's back, and now he's on he 2-0'd Dark, mate. Like, do you understand what that means? He's basically the world champion. Like, he did what Rainer couldn't.
Actually, unofficial world champion, I believe, does work that way.
Exactly.
But that's unofficial. By the way, Chad is pointing out something that we've overlooked a little bit. PartinG has not actually done his military service yet.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. He just he just left the StarCraft scene. I assume when people leave, they do the military, but no. If you recall, he actually went to League of Legends for a bit. Which was
he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
And much like every other player who went from StarCraft to League of Legends, he came crawling back. No.
I don't know if you could say that, yeah.
I apologize to every League of Legends fan. By the way, PartinG is declaring himself to be ready, as he says here. Taco Bell, I'm ready.
What?
That's how he announced he was ready. And speaking of ready, here we have it in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Triton, LE. This is it, like, this is the boy, this is the papi. We have the player, the Terran Hope of this group, representing the Republic of Mexico, as well as Team Chivo. He is the Guardian of Guadalajara. He is SpeCial.
And in the top left-hand corner of Trident LE, he's back representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, the PG. He is the Korean Protoss. He is PartinG.
I'm just catching up on the stream here. The pop-up, PartinG has a pretty good one. It is big boy, but specials. Juan asked me to put TY's teacher here.
Is that whole line in it?
That entire line is what special got.
Amazing. Wow, TY's teacher, you say? Okay.
I mean, Juan told us to put TY's teacher.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what TY says. You know. Like, TY to
would it be like
put
Taeyong told me to put Juan's teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah, will it be Taeyong told us to put Juan's teacher here?
Amazing.
Our special teacher here.
We'll have to wait, as he is in another group.
It's actually, I believe, the final group, Group D. So we will have to wait over 24 hours for that. Can't wait.
Nice. Nice.
Cannot wait.
So, you know, so far we have like a pretty standard TVP, you know, PartinG. He was trying to delay the natural for special. You know, special
was not happening that. Yeah. Actually, the Reaper is still alive here. Coming in and being quite a bit of a nuisance. This Adept will probably mean the end of it. How will Juan or Special react? A little bit of a missed micro there.
Yeah.
But he does manage to see what that Reaper did get, whatever scouting information it could get. That was a Yaku curse.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the pathing was a little bit rough there for the Reaper. But you know, again, we do have. What?
The stalker was Yaku curse for a while.
Was it stuck?
Yep.
Oof.
Let everybody. I just want it to be on the record. PartinG to the Yaku curse.
Mm-hmm. That basically means, you know, the world champion did the Yaku curse. So it's
Exactly. It affects us all. You probably want to be blaming me right now. PartinG does just for casting this game. You're like,
And as Kuro was showing us, there is the tech of choice. You know, we have Blink coming down from PartinG.
That it is.
I know you have a lot of experience against Blink Stalkers.
Too. Special does look like he's got a decent defensive setup. He hasn't got any tanks yet, so that could definitely hurt him a little bit in the long run. However, he is already switching it up into Cloak Banshees, and I've got to wonder. This probably isn't the legendary, the mythical build that we've heard, you know, the heralds of in the past few weeks, since Special is going into more Raxes. It's not going to be Banshee Thor.
Yeah, and it's quite nice to see. I don't know if you saw that Special, he kept denying the shade for PartinG, so PartinG doesn't see the tech lab with the starport, so he isn't too sure about that opening. But we do have a hallucinated Phoenix coming in just so PartinG can get that scouting information and confirm what build he's up against.
But you know what? If the Banshee cloaks, and it actually gets denied immediately from the Marines, Special thinking 10 steps ahead. Wants to deny as much information as possible. The brain on this lad.
Wow, that's amazing. He was waiting for it. He was waiting for the hallucination, and he got it just in time. And yeah, we do have that bio transition, that stim coming in, but the Banshee is already across the map. Cloak is done. We'll see if he's able to get anything done with it.
And here is the question. The question will be, and the question is going to be, will PartinG? He has recalled the stalkers, but will he keep his observer at home, or will he use it for high ground vision across the map? PartinG is not committed to that blink aggression. He is switching it up into charge. It's not the end of the world for PartinG, but he could decide, you know what? I had a plan, and I'm not letting this ruin my plan.
Yeah, you're right, actually, that Special, he did kind of throw a spanner in the works. Like, I imagine PartinG, he wanted to be across the map, he wanted to try and blink in with that observer, but he was forced to recall his stalkers, and that completely
keep his observer home.
Yeah, exactly.
One thing to keep in mind is that Protoss does not want to overmake observers, especially not this early in the game, as it does eat into their supply.
Yeah,
He
that it
does
does.
not want to lose his probe, so he's just keeping it back at home.
Looks like he's trying to get that sentry, and he does! Oh my god.
The observer is already here, though, and it will get the Banshee. The Stalkers will get the Banshee, rather. And the observer is looking to get the other Banshee. No, actually, it just misses it. SpeCial is going to get even more probe damage done in conjunction with his bio push here. Or no, I think this is actually just to chase PartinG back.
I mean, you say that, but this is a timing. Stim is about to finish up in 5 seconds, so he will be able to push out with this bio.
And push out he does. He realizes what PartinG has to his army. He realizes that his timing is just about perfect. Or this is just about the best case scenario for his timing. Splitting up his forces, he's gonna go for that multi-prong. I'm not convinced PartinG will have enough to deal with this. What is that? A bunch of Stalkers, bunch of Zealots, a single Immortal?
Bear in mind that he does have Blink, so he does have the potential to deny these medevac drops, but 11 workers went down to those Banshees, as well as sentries, so a lot of value coming down from SpeCial. He's looking in a really good position right now.
And I think PartinG might just fall apart here. SpeCial is looking to prong from 2 angles, will get the main base. PartinG tries to be a little bit threatening. That is the Octosis Pylon! And that's plus 1 weapon. Denied immediately. Kills these shield batteries. GG is called! And if you can take a map from stats, you can take a map from PartinG.
Hey, that was clinical. Like, SpeCial just shut PartinG down that game. Oh my god.
And I see a lot of fans from PartinG in chat. Spam those Doritos. That was masterfully done by our papi. SpeCial 1-0 PartinG. We are going to go ahead and go into our second map immediately. Will be our Eternal Empire, LE.
Mate, that was insane.
That was SpeCial just thinking 10 steps ahead.
He was just in control.
He had PartinG's number. He knew PartinG is going to want to scout me. I'm not going to let him. He's going to want to do some blink aggression. I'm not going to let him.
I feel like
he wants to get map control. I'm not going to let him.
Yeah, I feel like PartinG, he didn't respect
everything PartinG wanted to do.
Yeah, I feel like he didn't respect the Banshees enough. Like, those Banshees did a surprising amount of damage. Like, every single time he pushed them away, like, he would move his Stalkers out because he wanted to be aggressive with them, right? So he'd be like, okay, I dealt with it, I'll move. And then as his Stalkers move out, the Banshees come back in. And he just kept dealing more and more damage with them.
It also doesn't help for PartinG that he didn't realize he was going up against Cloaked Banshees until it was perhaps too late. That force... I want somebody to clip that denial of the hallucinated Phoenix, because, man, that is SpeCial thinking so far ahead.
Yeah.
SpeCial's perverted tactics, yep. It's just exactly as PartinG has said. SpeCial has got some perverted tactics, some perverted builds when he plays offline. This is one of them. Alright, our players are very eager to get started here in this map.
Yeah, they're ready to... Both players are spamming.
It's classic PartinG, I think. I do love whenever it comes. SpeCial is definitely engaging him quite a bit, but I do love that when PartinG... when he plays in these sort of online, well, not online, but when he does play in these events where he needs to get his casters in, he does say, here's the lobby link, 3, 2, 1, done. Accepting no left. And we are back, as we were saying, expecting no less. Here we have it. In the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE. He's being a little bit tough luck on him so far in the series, but you know what? If he can 2-0 the world champion, anything is possible. Here we have asking for lag, or no, not asking for lag. Nobody wants lag. We have the blue Protoss representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. I I had to jinx it. I had to jinx myself. My voice cracking. The blue Protoss, all the way from Korea, we have PartinG. The big boy.
Biggest of boys. And in the top right, we have the Terran player up 1-0 in this series, representing Mexico as well as Guadalajara and Chivo. It is SpeCial.
Otherwise known as Juan asked me to put TY's teacher here. Being a little cheeky.
Hold on, hold on. There's a lot happening right now. So this is kind of reminding me of Deer versus Haas that we casted earlier. So in that series, we had Deer kind of like set the pace for the series, and I feel like SpeCial's doing the same thing in the reverse way, where he kind of did like this big like 2-base all-in sort of thing, like semi-macro game, and then game 2 got something cheeky.
Here's a big if though. Will PartinG scout? Because if PartinG doesn't scout, he can't take the bait. And it seems like he hasn't.
It's true, it's true.
There was no bait to be taken there. This is PartinG just 10 steps ahead. I'm not going to scout you because I know if I do, I'm going to overthink. So you know what? I don't want to overthink, so I ain't going to scout.
Yeah, again, that goes into what we were saying earlier, how PartinG, he's like his own Protoss, you know, he's his own player, he has his own tendencies.
He is the big boy. There's no other big boys. He's the big boy. And why? Because of how he plays.
Who's bigger? Like Big Boy PartinG or Big Gabe?
Oh, you know what? They're both dwarfed by Classic's chin.
I don't know if you can say that anymore.
It might be a little bit of a dated reference, but PartinG actually going for his Stargate, and unlike Deer, as we've seen previously, PartinG's going into his Phoenixes, which SpeCial has not scouted. I'm a little bit surprised that this is the move coming in from PartinG. You don't see Phoenixes as often in PvT compared to PvZ.
Oh my god. Mate, SpeCial, he gets in and he's going for the worker line.
And he might actually get quite a few. There is that Phoenix for crowd control, and it does actually save PartinG quite a number of probes. But SpeCial is able to get in some damage.
Yeah. More importantly, SpeCial, he did go in and he did scout that Stargate. He did see that Phoenixes were coming out, so he now knows that that was PartinG's tech of choice, and he can prepare accordingly. Like, there's no blink or anything like that coming, so you know he can breathe easy.
That he can, but now just to breathe even easier. Gonna get his Oracle in, and unlike the previous game, SpeCial without that blob of Marines, you know, for obvious reasons, he did go for his double Reaper build. But speaking of double, this is what I love to see in a TVP light. You know what it is, but this...
He's waiting for it. He's ready.
PartinG is waiting for it, which is a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah, it's going to be all about... Oh no, he's moving away though!
He moves the Phoenixes away, but he does see the medevac. PartinG is starting to go in. The burrow is up, but only one of them is able to burrow, and that's not going to be enough to take out even a single Phoenix. This, my hopes and dreams, Light. My hopes and dreams.
Both players reacting accordingly, but unfortunately, Juanito was just a little bit slower on the draw. It almost worked out because it looked like PartinG was moving his Phoenixes away, actually, like just before they noticed each other.
Or at least just one. I can definitely see a scenario where with just one Phoenix, SpeCial just boosts straight in and says, I'm going for it. You don't think I will, but I am. Cyclone is already out, so that will definitely help SpeCial on the defense front. Does not want to allow PartinG to take control of the skies at any point in the game, but especially not in the early game, because that can snowball very, very quickly.
Yeah, and I feel like it's going to be on SpeCial to do something about PartinG being kind of greedy, already getting his third base up and running on the, and I was about to say on location, but because I was thinking of SpeCial, it's like, of course it's on location. Like, they can't float their nexuses. SpeCial, though, building his in his main, not on location.
That reminds me of when I tried to learn Protoss. I'm like, yes, my nexus. Wait, what do you mean I can't float buildings? What? Well, I guess I just have a macro Nexus to get into then.
Floating Nexuses, oh god. Imagine that with photon cannons.
I was gonna say, yeah, I was gonna say with Nexus Overcharge. No, thank you.
But we do have SpeCial actually going for.
He's going all in on his anti-air. He made use of his barracks quite a bit, just wanting to get a nice little ball of Marines. You know, if anything else happens in the early game, he at least has something to defend against them. But he's switching it up into, I believe it's going to be Battle Mech.
Yeah, I was going to say that if you watch on the B stream, Stats versus SpeCial did go for this Battle Mech style. Hellion, Cyclone into BCs. So it looks like we're going to see more of that.
I am nodding my head in agreement. Will SpeCial have learned his lesson from that game, though?
Yeah, that's the
unfortunate part. If SpeCial gets a fusion core, that's going to be the tick-off.
Yeah, we did see in his series versus Stats that this didn't really work out for SpeCial. Unfortunately, like it was a fairly long game. It turned into, you know, this Battle Mech style with BCs against Skytoss with carriers, and it didn't go the way for SpeCial. But you know, that just happened. We can see if he learned from that, and if he, you know, somehow changes his composition or, you know, adapts to PartinG.
That there is PartinG on the meanwhile. We didn't get to see his PvT at all, as of course there is only one Terran player in this bracket. But it seems to be going the standard way, getting those weapons upgrades, charge. Hey, look, it's everybody's favorite building. That's a Twilight. No, Templar Archives.
Yeah, and oh my god, PartinG actually double expanding, getting a 4th and 5th at the same time. Jesus Christ.
This is...
that hallucination, like, kind of baiting SpeCial, I think. Like, 3 of them coming in at once. It's like, what?
Little did he realize SpeCial, his eyes are too good. You can see what's a Haluk and what is not. So just confirming where his avenues of attack will be.
Yeah, he scans the 3rd and he spots that, but I don't think he knows about the 4th and 5th. And without knowing that, like, he's unaware that he can potentially apply pressure with his force, right?
Do agree with that. This is the part of the game where both players are just building up. I think we should be seeing SpeCial be a little bit more active on the map very, very soon. He is going for Hellion drops as well wherever he can.
Yeah, and I feel like
it's the lazy point of the game.
Yeah, I mean, he could, like, potentially inadvertently scout the bottom bases with this drop, and, you know, potentially deal a lot of damage, as there are a lot of workers at that 4th.
There are a lot of workers, and there aren't a lot of defenses in position. There is already a cannon, but come on, it's 4 Hellions. They're gonna have a nice barbecue before they all die to a single cannon.
Yeah.
8 probes, already down, 9. And PartinG actually, if you look at the minimap, forced to pull back.
Yeah, a little bit of indecision. You know, he pulled back a little bit. He's like posturing in the middle, trying to figure out where he wants to, like, what angle he wants to attack. But it looks like SpeCial, he's looking pretty good. Like, he's kind of got his defensive position set up with all these tanks. I don't think PartinG can find much, and except for this base, actually.
Which he does advise on.
Yeah,
I think that's why PartinG will probably want to utilize the Warp Prism so much, right? To just find out one angle he can sneak in.
Yeah, he could actually kill this CC.
Which he's trying to do. The blink is coming in forward, but SpeCial does retreat very, very quickly. There should be enough firepower here. I think it absolutely will. There is more than enough firepower. Ow, oof, owie, my CCs. Those tanks
and
just a little bit out of position there.
SpeCial does spot that 5th as well, and PartinG, he's going in.
Moving in. And things are starting to lag. The frames. That's
frames are dropping. The anti-armor missile goes down, and SpeCial, he clears up the army. He's going to push this all the way back.
I absolutely think he will. PartinG, calm down, man, my dude. He tried to force the position, but SpeCial just had way too good defenses up. The blue flame is already starting to melt these zealots, and SpeCial deflects this very brilliantly. Look at that army supply difference.
I'm a little bit...
is just taking this all the way home.
Yeah, I'm a little bit shocked. Like PartinG pushing in caught me off guard. I don't know what triggered him to do that. Like after killing that CC, that should have been his like he should have just backed off and taken that win. Like I don't understand why he pushed into the tank line.
Well, PartinG is known for doing stuff like that quite a few times. It is the mantra, PartinG, calm down. No, I won't.
Oh my god, all the probes line up.
All of this. The probes do line up, but SpeCial has his eyes on the bigger prize here. Does actually go straight for the Nexus. Then it looks like a very unbreakable siege line. And SpeCial is trying to poke in, try to provoke a response from PartinG. And PartinG might actually be baited into this. Goes in.
The tanks are a little bit exposed though.
Tanks are exposed, but here is the flank from SpeCial. The anti-armor missile did manage to go down, and PartinG's army is evaporating once again. SpeCial is pushing straight on ahead. PartinG is trying to get some surround, some kind of a flank, some kind of positioning that could feasibly fight this, but SpeCial is not looking to let him.
Yeah, PartinG, he did trade well, killing all the tanks of SpeCial, but all he has is gateway units. He lost all of his high-tech Immortals and Archons, and he may be able to hold on, but it looks like...
When there's this much battle mech. Yeah, when there's this much battle mech, it's kind of fine to lose your tanks. SpeCial is bleeding out his units here, though, and he needs to be very, very careful. Otherwise, his aggression is just going to be shut all the way down. Is going to try to kite these zealots as best as he can, and he is actually getting the better end of the trade. But as these units go into the red, they do start to get picked off.
These Widow Mines are starting to recharge once again.
Yeah, there's no observer here. Where's the detection for PartinG? He cannot pick off these Widow Mines.
That he cannot, but it does seem like PartinG does hold on for now, but
yeah, it seems so.
SpeCial now rotating down to the south, hitting the other Nexus.
There is already a couple of defenses here. Oof! That mine taking out
he's gonna get the Nexus.
Zealots. He does get the Nexus. Very good kiting with the Cyclones. And PartinG blinks forward, but he blinks straight onto a Massacre.
Yeah, and once again, like he has 2 Archons, but not much else. He just doesn't have enough breathing room to rebuild his army.
That he does not. SpeCial is starting to rally his units here, starting to group them all together. He wants to press this, but he does not want to bite off more than he can chew either. He killed 2 Nexuses, and now he's just going to back off and reap the benefits.
Yeah, and that's,
gets to secure his 4th at last.
He can. He gets his 4th. He's droning.
All that for a 4th.
Exactly. Oh my god. Again, I'm not too sure why PartinG he pushed it as much as he did, and now these 2 armies are engaging in the middle of the map. These 2 Archons are going to go down, and that may be it. GG.
And what is going on here today? SpeCial 2-0's PartinG. He is now the unofficial world champion, I do believe.
Hey. What did we just see?
The real power, that's what we just saw.
Oh my god.
Juanito. What we just saw was perverted tactics.
Exactly. Oh my god, I'm still at a loss for words. Jesus Christ.
That is
SpeCial 2-0's PartinG. Bearing in mind, PartinG just 2-0 Dark.
SpeCial is now the unofficial world champion. I'll have to check Wikipedia on that to see if that's actually true. But if I do remember correctly, SpeCial is now the unofficial world champion. That was immense. It all goes back to that one moment of the game. Actually, Zest is the unofficial world champion, it does say. Okay, my mistake. But it does go back to that moment where PartinG, he killed that 4th base. He should have been fine to back off, but PartinG, doing PartinG things, decides, no, Kawabanga it is.
Yeah, again, I would love to watch the replay because I don't know what prompted PartinG to do that. Like, he killed the base, he was looking fine, he just needed to chill, back off, He was up on bases, right? He had double expanded. There was nothing really pressuring him into that decision. But he just went for it, and that kind of
the bloodlust
started. Yeah, it started like this chain reaction of SpeCial just pushing across the map and just destroying everything in his path.
What a game.
What a game.
It definitely does feel like SpeCial has prepared specifically his TVP for this bracket.
Yeah, and even though he went down to stats, like he did take a map off of him, which is impressive in and of itself. So his TVP is looking quite strong.
I changed my mind now. Whoever the favorites on this bracket is, I think SpeCial is going to make it out. No bias here.
I mean, there are a lot of heavy hitters in this bracket, and we have seen SpeCial in his TVP, but we have yet to see how his TVZ goes.
Absolutely. We are going to go into a very short break as we already have our next series prepared. It will be the series of the evening, I do think. Stay tuned.